Have you felt an emptiness, a void, a hole within that cannot be filled by anything? You, sitting in the moment, you have health, wealth, family, fortune, food and shelter. Yet a wave of sorrow washes over you without any apparent reason. You, sitting among friends and family, yet you feel lonely. You can see their mouths move and produce sounds, yet you cannot hear them, drowning in a feeling of being a stranger, a lost traveler among people. Where does this feeling come from? What is its root cause? The 13th century spiritual master and poet Jalaluddin Rumi opens his Masnavi with the following lines of his famous poem, The Reed Flute. Listen to the story told by the reed of being separated. Since I was cut from the reed bed, I have made this crying sound. Anyone apart from someone he loves understands what I say. Anyone pulled from a source longs to go back. At any gathering I am there, mingling in the laughing and grieving, a friend to each, but few will hear the secrets hidden within the notes. This feeling of loneliness and alienation is a bliss that is treated as a curse in modern society. It is meant as a divine spark to move you towards your homeland, towards your watan. But it is treated with negligence, with flight, consumption, and preoccupations. The sadness you feel should be embraced, not chased away or drowned in the bottle of alcohol. Loneliness is a universal human experience, but in the mystical tradition of Islam, the Irfan, it is seen as a symptom of a deeper spiritual malice. According to Irfani teachings, the feeling of loneliness arises from a sense of disconnection from the divine and can only be overcome through a journey of inner transformation. Rumi describes it like this in another poem of his, quote, "The parts are faced towards the whole. Nightingales are in love with the rose's face. Whatever comes from the sea to the sea returns, and everything goes back to its source. Like the streams rushing down from mountain tops, my soul, burning with love, longs to leave the body." End quote. In Irfan, the journey towards spiritual fulfillment begins with the recognition of the self as a divine creation, and the realization that the ultimate source of all meaning and purpose lies beyond the material world. This recognition can be a difficult and painful process, as it involves letting go of the illusions and attachments that bind us to the world of form. For those who embark on this path, the experience of loneliness can become a profound teacher, a guide towards a deeper understanding of the self and the divine. It can be a reminder of the need to seek solace in the presence of the divine and to cultivate a relationship with the divine that is both intimate and transformative. If you let it, the feeling of loneliness will ultimately drive you to the first step of the spiritual journey. The great Islamic thinker and philosopher of the 11th century, Abu Ali ibn Sina, known as Avicenna in the West, writes in his Al-Isharat wal-Tanbihat that after long, deep feelings of alienation, loneliness and estrangement, a state of irada will emerge in man. Irada means resolution or strong will, and is a desire and longing that motivates you to seek reunion with the real, a union which puts an end to the feelings of alienation, loneliness, and helplessness. This resolution will drive you to leave your home and embark on the spiritual journey. The Quran describes it like this: وَمَنْ يَخْرُجْ مِنْ بَيْتِهِ مُهَاجِرًا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ ثُمَّ يُدْرِكُهُ الْمَوْتُ فَقَدْ وَقَعَ أَجْرُهُ عَلَى اللَّهِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. And whoever leaves his home as an emigrant to Allah and His Messenger, and then death overtakes him, his reward is upon Allah, and Allah is ever forgiving and merciful. Chapter 4, verse 100. This verse describes your costumes, your actions, your way of life as your home, or your ego, your state of self. And it mentions that if you leave this and you start your journey towards Allah and His Messenger, and if death overtakes you, this death is the spiritual death, the death of your previous costumes, your previous life. When you kill the ego, so to say, then your reward is with Allah, or perhaps your reward is Allah. Anyhow, this is something that needs to be discussed more in a video of its own. Until the next time.